Sir, would you state your name for me, please, and can you spell it?
Louis Lezama, L-U-I-S, L-E-Z-A-M-A.
Mr. Lezama, how old are you?
53.
And you were born April 6, 1960?
Yes.
You live at 536 Sheffield Avenue, Dyer, 46311?
I was.
Where do you live now?
I'm back in Chicago.
You're in East Chicago?
Yes.
So what's your address?
It's 3605 Parish,
And what's the zip code there?
46312.
And your driver's license is suspended for being a habitual traffic violator, is that right?
Yes.
All right, and you were suspended for 10 years.
Right.
All right, and that's from having a reckless driving conviction and 2 DUI convictions, is that right?
Yes.
You were suspended on April 30th, 2004, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, and your suspension actually ends April of 2014.
Right.
So you don't have that much more time to go. You have never been convicted of an offense involving a motor vehicle that caused injury or death to someone, is that right?
Right.
And for at least 5 years, you have not been charged with operating a vehicle, correct?
Right.
You were charged with driving while suspended back in 2005, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was the last time you were charged with anything involving a motor vehicle, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you understand that if the court enters this order, that you will be prohibited from operating a vehicle with a blood alcohol content of greater than 0.02.
I understand.
And you understand that that restriction will remain on your license for 3 years, even though you will get your license in April of 2014.
Yes.
And you're asking the court to grant you a hardship license.
Yes, I am.
And where are you currently employed?
The Lyric plant in Hammond?
Okay, and that's at 1401 165th Street in Hammond?
Yes.
All right, and you also have a medical condition of asthma?
Yes.
All right, and you typically go to your to the East Chicago Clinic,
Yes.
and that's located at 1313 Columbus Drive.
Yes.
All right, and has it been a hardship to you and your family if you're not able to drive to and from work?
Right.
All right, and you're asking the court for a hardship license so you can drive to work and drive to your medical appointments at the East Chicago Clinic.
Yes.
No further questions.
Mr. Lezama, did you state that you've never been convicted of a motor vehicle type offense that involved injury or death?
That's correct.
There is a 1983 suspension on your record for leaving the scene of an accident involving injury, death, or entrapment.
No. No.
Oh, okay, I'm asking about it. It does show on the driving record that your counsel provided to me.
I was in an accident, and I have favorite stuff.
I have leaving scene of accident, injury, death, entrapment. I'm showing the suspension is for that.
Okay. That case was thrown out because the person that I got into the accident with, he never showed up to court because I believe he must have had a bad record or something. And I went to court like 4 times.
Okay.
And the judge, I think it was Leonard at the time, she threw it out.
Okay. How many suspensions have you had? Driving suspensions?
I'm not sure. I guess it was just those 3.
If I told you your driver's record indicated 19, would that sound correct?
19 suspensions?
They date all the way back to 1983.
I'm not sure of the numbers. I mean,
Okay. And you understand you would have to file insurance with the DMV should you get a license granted? And then just briefly, you were adjudicated to be HTV in 2004, right?
pardon me?
They found you to be a habitual traffic violator in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2006, you were convicted of driving while suspended, correct? I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Can you redirect, Mr. President?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so you may step down. Any argument?
Briefly, Your Honor, yes. He was to have served a substantial portion of his HTV suspension without violating it. He was convicted of driving while suspended in 2006. The offense date is in 2005. He was adjudicated HTV in 2004. He's had 19 suspensions on his record, and in my talks with the Attorney General, it is one previous suspension makes you ineligible for this kind of relief. 19 is...
One previous suspension, period?
That's my understanding.
Well, how does a person become a HTV? I've always wondered, that just seems to be inconsistent.
I think that's just for if you're charged with operating while intoxicated or not having insurance. I don't think that one suspension goes to someone asking for relief under this particular statute for someone who's been HTV for more than 5 years.
Well,
it's just not possible.
I mean, you're
going to get 3 suspensions just for the 3 DUIs.
Well, I mean, you have to be suspended to be an HTV somewhere, though.
Your Honor, all I can tell you is that the Attorney General keeps telling me that they are not eligible under 924-15-1A3.
Well, it seems like there would be no use for the HTV statute if that was the way it should be. I mean, I know what you're saying, and I read it.
Right.
It just seems very inconsistent with...
I understand what you're saying, but even if that is true, possibly you could have 3 previous suspensions. 19 seems to make it pretty evident that he is, in fact, a danger to the community as far as his driving goes, including 1 suspension that occurred after he was found to be a habitual traffic violator.
But he hasn't had one for the last, 6 years?
And he'll have a valid license in April. So we're not asking for that many months of relief.
All right, I'll make the petition, and the only condition is to provide proof of insurance.
I have an order, Pedro.
Okay, anybody here on this other case?
They just had me.
Somebody's here for it?
One of them is yours.
Which one?
I thought you should get it mailed out.
All right, Ms. Blue, I guess the other case, no one's here.
That seems to be correct, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll just continue generally the case of...
Can you make me a copy? Thank you.
Savia with Byron Matthews, 45 CO1, 1303 MI46. Continue to be reset on motion of the party.
This is your guy, Nathan Houghton.
Oh, it's an A-hole, fine.
I mailed it out maybe.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Yeah, going in the right direction there.
Oh, because he has 3 prior suspensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't.